When we took to the polls in November, we lined up to make America great again. Most of us couldn't wait for the promises made, especially about this fun and exciting new cryptocurrency world. But just as long as our great president crosses his heart and pinky swears, he never let the people that were in control of that same central bank, those czars, have the unbridled power greater than the world has ever seen before over your personal finances. Come to find out, that was never the plan. And it was genius. The Genius Act was signed, and lies this big are non-negotiable.
Laid on the table.
Signed into effect was the power to turn off your money. No courts, no laws, no rules, just gone. Your money cannot accumulate. It must be spent in the time allowed to you, and anything left goes back to the system. No questions asked. Wake up, my patriots, wake up. This is the beast system, and the time is running out.
Remain fully committed to my pledge never to allow the creation of a central bank digital currency in America. It won't happen.
Groundwork and an entire infrastructure being laid to move from cash to digital currency. And the number one thing that is not happening today is a ban on a central bank digital currency. This means the ability for the government to take control of your digital bank account where all your money is and turn it off.
As for a central bank digital currency, the president opposes that. He made that promise to the American people on the campaign, and while it's not in this specific piece of legislation, and while it's not in this specific piece of legislation,
If you truly don't understand what's actually happening in the world right now, I'll explain it to you briefly. While most people fear financial instability due to geopolitical changes and international research, the banking systems of almost all countries are working on one common project. The external conflicts broadcast to you in the media open up an internal global business project. For this, the unification and transformation of the entire global banking system are necessary. If people don't start resisting this, they will lose everything. So, humanity is preparing a digital trap with more dependencies than freedom, more control and less choice.
Let's join the dots between FedNow, Executive Order 14247 and the Genius Act to draw the picture of the replacement of the dollar with the digital collar. 2 years ago, the US launched FedNow. It was marketed as an upgrade to the payment system, fast, modern, efficient. But in truth, FedNow is the infrastructure, the rails for programmable digital currency to travel along. Now the Genius Act has just passed. This legislation opens the door for governments to use blockchain and stablecoins to issue payments, welfare payments, refunds, grants, etc. In short, this is putting the stablecoin CBDC train on the track of FedNow. It'll make sense in a bit. While the UK and the EU are openly launching CBDCs as early as October of 2025, the US is taking a different approach, probably because of the growing backlash to CBDCs. So instead of going direct, they are pushing stablecoins. They may sound better, but they are just as programmable and just as traceable.
It's them be able to push the button and stop things. Folks, if you don't do what they want you to do in the days ahead, which is get the mark of the beast, do the beast system, they're going to be able to cut your finances off and you won't be able to buy, sell, or trade. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. We're going eventually to a cashless society. Just like the Bible told us. We'll have a mark on our forehead or in our hand. And that's how you buy, sell, or trade.
Piece of legislation is going to make America the crypto capital of the world, and that's what the president promised. As for a central bank digital currency, the president opposes that. He made that promise to the American people on the campaign, and while it's not in this specific piece of legislation, as for a central bank digital currency, the president opposes that. He made that promise to the American people on the campaign, and while it's not in this specific piece of legislation, as for a central bank digital currency, the president opposes that. He made that promise to the American people on the campaign, and while it's not in this specific piece of legislation,
never to allow the creation of a central
every digital dollar in a crypto wallet, there'll be a traditional dollar in a US bank account.
Okay, so I'm going to try the best I can here to explain to you guys how completely hypocritical those two statements were and how nonsensical this all is, again, to the best of my understanding. So, we have Mr. Golden Dawn telling you, promising how he is not going to allow central bank digital currencies because they're so evil, right? And then literally 5 minutes later, we hear about this US digital dollar, which will be a stable coin, which, as we just heard, will be backed by the US dollar. Okay, well, who prints the US dollar? The Federal Reserve. Well, what is the Federal Reserve? Oh yeah, that's right, the Federal Reserve, who prints the US dollar, where this stable coin will be pegged to, you know, the US digital dollar, is the Central Bank of America. Are you picking up what I'm laying down? On one side of their mouth, they are telling you they are not going to implement a central bank digital currency.
While it's not in this specific piece of legislation,
but at the same time, they are establishing a digital dollar that will be pegged to the US dollar, which is tied to the Federal Reserve, which is a central bank. This is what you call doublespeak. War is peace. Freedom is slavery. Ignorance is strength. And this US digital dollar stablecoin will not be a CBDC. You see the games that they're playing? Now, I have said it before and I will say it again. This Genius Act is ultimately the Mark of the Beast Infrastructure Act, paving the way for the Mark of the Beast with a digital financial system, blockchain technology, where they will be able to track every transaction you make. And if you do not take the mark in the future, you will not be able to buy, sell, or trade without the mark. But what we are witnessing right now is the slow progression, the funneling, the herding into this system. So just in my own opinion, speculation, what I can see happening here in the near future actually is that they are going to have another stimulus check, or UBI, Universal Basic Income, but it will not be US dollar, it will be this stable coin. It will be the US digital dollar. So if you want to access this UBI, this Universal Basic Income, this stimulus check, you will have to then possibly have some type of biometrics implemented into a system, into a database to access this digital currency. What we are also going to continue to see is the phasing out of physical cash, just like 2020, where people thought it had the boogeyman on it, so you cannot use physical cash. Likewise, we are going to see them starting to pull physical cash off the market, where then some places will not take physical cash, they will only take the US digital dollar, which